Hi, I'm Amy Shapiro. Welcome to the 45th anniversary of Natural Products Expo West. I'm here on the floor as part of the Soapbox series interviews, and now I'm with Jon Troutman from VeeFriends. Okay. Hey, Jon, how are you?
Hey, Amy, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I know that you've worked with Gary Vaynerchuk for in a variety of different ways, from wine to VeeFriends. How does it feel to be entering a new space, the CPG space, with these Very Luckee gummies?
Yeah, it's so this is day 2 since we've announced the brand. It's been an exciting 48 hours for us. I think for me, it's really exciting to go into a whole new space, but doing it in a really authentic way.
Yeah.
So co-founded by Gary and his wife Mona, who's a clean food enthusiast and trained pharmaceutical expert. For us, it's really exciting to be able to bring these characters to life in a whole new medium.
Yeah.
Collectibles is the core of VeeFriends, and for us, we recognize that parents and kids were centering their interest together around collectibles. This is just an extension into the pantry and being able to bond around a delicious snack at home.
Most CPG brands focus on clean ingredients, taste. What made you both feel that, leaning into collectibles as a new growth lever was like a really great way to enter the CPG market?
Yeah. If there's something that I've realized Gary's been really good at throughout his career, it's trend spotting. And on his VaynerMedia, which is a Fortune 500 creative and ad agency, so much of what they're talking about with those marketers is the fact that the Cracker Jacks of the world are coming full circle. And there's a huge opportunity to re-engage consumers by entering collectibles into their product. For us, we wanted to eat our own dog food, euphemistically, and do that through VeeFriends, his character IP company, through Very Luckee. So in many ways, what we're hoping to do is demonstrate a case study of things that we'll see at Expo West and in Fortune 500 for years to come. So in many ways, that's the thesis.
Yeah.
Our hope is that we're the first to market and can do it early and often and better.
Yeah.
And then we'll see that kind of replicated across other categories too.
Yeah, no, I love the combination because it really, what you said earlier, brings the kids and the parents together, and then the memories of Cracker Jacks, right?
Exactly
Very
right.
cool. And healthier.
I was about to say, that being a big differentiator.
Very big. So you've helped to scale many different companies and different angles. What do you find so important about the storytelling aspect that you would share with any new coming CPG brands?
Oh my gosh, it's everything. And I think you hear the term storytelling thrown around so often. And as amazing as Expo West is today, the way they're telling that story is to retail partners, to distributors in the trades.
Yeah.
I think for us, if you look across all the different businesses that Gary has launched successfully and that I've ultimately played a hand in, is storytelling to the end consumer too. And so for us, that's going to be so key with Very Luckee. We're intending to launch direct to consumer first. And so for us, it's winning with the consumer and then driving scale in omni-channel and at retail and through other platforms. For us, everything that we're talking about today, the value of collectibles, why that's an authentic story for VeeFriends, and how extending it into a fruit gummy is so important. I think telling the story of the authentic ingredients, that it's an actual better for you product, and that we were so judicious and so intentional in what went in, what didn't go in. For us, it's telling that story and doing it in a really meaningful way, not just to the trades, but to the consumer too, which is such a big challenge in today's fragmented attention environment. But it's an exciting one for us to tackle too.
So the gummy category is a crowded space. And with your background and everything that you guys are doing, how do you lead the way and teach other CPG brands to break through the noise and showcase, what's really happening in this product, in the Very Luckee gummies?
Yeah, I think if you asked any business consultant or MBA student to take a look at the gummy category, they would immediately tell us we shouldn't do that. It's very crowded. It's very fragmented. You're competing for a piece of the pie that's going to be hard to capture. I think we're going to buck all of that and ignore it. And with a recognition that, with a few things. One, we are incredible storytellers, and we're really confident for our ability to reach consumers, the trade, other places. But probably of equal, if not more importance, is that we actually think that we have a unique product in the market to be able to introduce. It's the actual formulation, what goes in, what doesn't go in, is highly different than anything else that we're seeing in the space. And at the same time, I don't think we've compromised at all on flavor. So it's a sweet indulgence that kids, even myself as an adult, I'm probably going to reach for, not only because it's good and better for me, but because it actually tastes good. And it's something that I want to open a second and third bag of at home.
I think it's great when you can actually feel good about eating your kids' snacks, because it's one of my rules with my clients is don't eat off your kids' plates unless they're eating something that you would choose to eat. And a good gummy is something everybody wants to share.
Exactly. Yeah. This has been fun for me at a personal level. I have 2 kids, a 2-year-old daughter and a 4-year-old son. And so the idea that I can actually introduce this into my pantry at home in addition to marketing it is really, really exciting.
You're at the intersection of clean ingredients and storytelling, marketing, limited drops, all of these exciting things that are happening. If you were to tell, new CPG brands who are coming out onto the floor 5 things that they could do, to win, like starting tomorrow, what would be some of your key notes to them from your experience and all of the companies that you built?
I would say constantly pay attention to where your consumers' time and attention and energy is actually going. I think it gets very, very compelling to look at what big brands are doing and say, how do I rinse and repeat that same playbook? I think if you look where consumers' attention is today, it's actually wildly different than where it was even 12 months, 18 months, 24 months ago. It's more than a full-time job to try to stay on top of that.
Yes.
I think, getting a bit more specific and tactical today, when you look at platforms like TikTok and the ability to reach your consumer through TikTok Shop, the emergence of social live commerce, almost like QVC meets social media.
Absolutely.
Like these are things that have been happening in China for years and years. I think you're finally starting to see that maturity today in the US market. It's something that with Very Luckee, it's going to be a big part of our launch playbook is winning within those platforms and channels and reaching our consumer there. Fast forward 12, 24, 36 months from now, when we come back in 2027, it's probably going to be maybe new and emerging channels that we're not even talking about today. So it's, the playbooks that worked last year or the year before might not be what you do in the years ahead. It's hard to stay on top of that. I think as founders and entrepreneurs and the people walking these halls, of course they need to win with their retail partners and distributors, but pay attention to where your consumer is.
Don't lose sight of the consumer. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
So excited to have Very Luckee gummies and to introduce them to my own family and my clients. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Amy.